All right. Hello, everyone. Just confirm if we are audible or not. Right. So today we welcome you all in the case cop launch of PrepBee Hive Minds by PrepBee. And to be honest, this would be a very practical case com. It would revolve around all the functionalities of PrepBee, whatever things we do in our daily life, whatever functions that we operate in. It would around on those lines only. And to be honest, it will to give you a totally live experience, totally experience of solving a real time problem, and you will kind of get to know how a organization work, and to be honest, how a startup works, how there are different rules set up, but at certain periods you have to pass your limits, and you have to kind of set a new benchmark in different field, different standards. You have to strategize different things, you have to kind of make fortnight planning. So everything would be involved in this particular case comp, and I can bet on this that this would be a really good experience for you. It can be called as a corporate case comp because the case that would be given by us would totally be practical, and if there would be any solutions that we find are really interesting, we would definitely apply them to our organization. Right. So before starting, I would also like to mention about my co-host Saurav Ranjan. So he is joining us from NMIMS Mumbai, and I myself is Dev Karan Singh. I am from SCMHRD, Pune. Right. So now I would like to give a brief, stepwise brief introduction about how our case comp would look like and how there would be different stages in the case comp. Right. So today, as everyone know, this is the ignition day. We embark to the journey of our first ever case com, and we kind of want to make this case com a remarkable case com, and so that we can kind of do it every year for new people coming up in B schools. So as Ignition Day passes on, then we would be having a Brain Buster quiz round that would be on July 2024. So that would be a quiz round, and it would be involving basically two aspects. One would be about testing your logical and quantitative aptitude, and second would be about testing that how much you are aware about different aspects in terms of business and in terms of whatever is going around us. So that would be kind of current affairs, but those current affairs would also be related to business. Those won't be random current affairs. So this would kind of test you in both the aspects, that how well you can think about things and how well aware about your surroundings, so that you can make a practical decision, and the decisions basically that you make are not into certain isolations, right? So after the brainbuster quiz round, people would be shortlisted who would do well basis on score and basis on the time taken to solve a question. Few people would be shortlisted, and then there would be our next round, that is the strategy showdown. So as soon as the people pass from brainbuster quiz, you would be given a live case, and as you solve that particular case, the last date to submit the case is 30 July 2024. Right. So this would be a round one when the case is given, and then you have to solve that particular case. As I already told, that particular case would be very practical. It will kind of test you in each and every aspect of your business acumen. And just to give a hint, just to drop down a hint, if you want to do well, if you want some really want to prepare regarding this particular case comp, start reading more and more about PrepBee, how PrepBee works, what are the different things, what are the different cases. Matlab, we also have a slide upcoming. Saurabh would brief you regarding that slide, that what are the different things that we do, what are the upcoming plans that we have, and our case comp would also revolve around those similar plans. But from your side also, you should kind of indulge yourself in reading bits and in bits and pieces about PrepBee, so that you understand the case well, and at that particular time your focus should be on solving the case, not on doing these kinds of research, right? After the case is submitted, after you have submitted that particular deck in a PPT format, the people who are shortlisted have to make a video regarding that case, explaining whatever their solution is. So this would be the round two. That would be a visionary video submission round. And after submitting your videos, we will go through your ideas again. We will see that how well you are able to kind of explain your idea. It is good that you have business acumen, you have kind of put down your points in a PPT, but we also want to put a check in that are you able to articulate your thoughts well? Are you kind of a person who is able to think well and also articulate their ideas well? Right. After this, there would be a pitch perfect deck. So this would be a round three. This will require a concise three slided PowerPoint PPT. So earlier there was no foundation in terms of how many slides you want to make, but now we want a concise idea, because what we want to see is that can you summarize whenever it is asked from you, can you summarize your idea? Because no one in corporate world has a lot of time to hear out your ideas going about hours and hours, right? So we want to see that are you able to present a concise format of a same idea that you were earlier presenting in let's say 8 to 10 slides. And then finally the people who would pass through all these rounds would be interacting with our expert panel, kind of presenting their case live to the expert panel. And there would be a lot of cross questioning, and there would be a lot of brainstorming done live. And the people who would pass through this particular session, this particular stage, I should say, they might have in mind ki after doing all of this hard work and after passing all of these stages, what do we have to earn it through this particular case comp? So now there is a slide upcoming that would really interest you, that what are the prizes. So on 31st August 2024, there would be the winner announcement, and the prize pool is worth 1 lakh rupees. So this is something that might excite all of you all now. And I should say that this is something really motivating, because this is a hefty amount, to be honest. And if you work hard, you get to learn a lot. And also by learning a lot, you can earn some perks for you. Also, you'll get a certificate. Right. So this is all this Casecom has to offer. Now, Saurabh would take over.
Yeah. Thank you, Dev. Thank you for all those lovely slides and information that you provided. Uh, Before I dive into my slide that you guys can see, I'm talking about the Unstop Awards. I just want to talk about why should we take part in case comms, right? Why is it important for anyone to try case comms? So basically, they are an avenue for you to put out your creativity. That's what I feel. That's what they are. They are real life problems that companies are trying to solve, and it they sort of give you a chance to experience that for yourself, to try and take on those great challenges that these companies are facing and try and see if you could do any better. And they teach you a lot about any particular business. If you do, let's say, X company's case com, it sort of teaches you a lot about their business model. How do they function? What sort of markets they are involved in? What sort of strategies, products they have, and how they are approaching a particular customer segment. So it's very educational as well. Apart from the perks that they've just now mentioned about money being involved, probably an opportunity to work for the same organization. So these are all different opportunities, I think, that case comms present, and they are very, very good way to learn these things, because in a B school you have spent such a huge amount to learn basically. And these are other avenues that you can utilize to enhance your learning. Now coming to the current slide, so there is, if you guys have participated in previous years in case competitions, there is an award that is held annually, which is about the Unstop Awards, wherein the number of podium finishes or the number of grand finals you have been in, you get a set number of points, and then a list is compiled for all over India, and then you are ranked on the basis of that. So that does give you a self of identity, and it makes you stand out from the crowd. All of us want to stand out from the crowd, in our respective B schools. Moving on to the next slide. Yeah, so basically, what should a case com deck have? These are some of the headlines that we usually see in different case comps that we have reviewed. It starts with the research. You explain what is the objective of this of that case com, what you are trying to solve, and then you talk about your primary research, people that you have spoken to, or secondary research, research that you have gone on, use Statista or India Stats or Capital Line, all those so places wherein you get industry insights. So you do your research, and once you have your research, you identify what are the pain points or what are the insights, research insights. Basis that, you try and take your brand, your problem statement, and you try and create ideas. You try and bring out some unique things from that. You analyze that data. And then once the analysis is complete, you have a set number of ideas or different ways that you could approach that particular problem. Then once you have your idea, you sort of break down your ideas into different things. For example, if it's a marketing case com, probably you'll focus on branding, different campaigns that you might want to start. Then you also have a plan, because case coms require you to give a vision for the coming years. So you present a go-to market strategy, or you present a 5-year timeline, or sometimes more than that. And then in the last deck, we usually see that there is a slide for financials. This basically shows that whatever action, whatever ideas that you have suggested will ultimately make a difference in the bottom line, because organizations are here to create value, to make some profit, right? So whatever ideas you have presented, that has to add something back to the organization. And in the financials, you have an opportunity to show that. That is why it's very important to have financials in any case com. So again, these are some basic headlines or topics for you to include in case comps. They are mostly found in every case com that I have seen, or I have myself been a part of. And so if you guys want to take some cues from here, then you can probably use these pointers to prepare your decks as well. Moving on to the next slide, Dave. Again, this is a slide, a snapshot from our mentor, Mr. Nanda, who has several accomplishments in the field of case competitions. He won many of them and went to the finals of a dozen more. And what basically this slide tells you is that any information, any insight that you have has to be visually represented in a manner that is very concise and clear. It has to immediately give the message without taking too much time. If you write numbers, yeah, somebody will read that numbers and then try and interpret. But when you represent things that are visually appealing and it's easier for others to understand, then it makes a lot of difference. And this has been beautifully captured in this slide that Nanda wanted us to share with you guys. So I think this is something that everybody should take away. It's not just the case competitions are not just about presenting data, presenting your idea in any format, but it's about presenting it in a visually appealing format. Moving on. Yep. So Dev, do you want to take over and talk more about it?
Sure, sure. So basically, this particular slide talks about the PM24 course that would be launched in a while, and this would be basically for the for helping the student to aid their placement preparations. This would kind of you can read as well that this would be having different aspects like CV and LinkedIn masterclass to vet your CV to kind of give you edge over mass of CVs that different companies have to see on a daily basis. So giving you an edge in terms of getting your CV selected or short listed multiple times. Then how to answer a series of questions. So there are basically few of the questions which are asked very frequently in the interviews, and these questions at times can be a make and a break for you in your interviews. So you kind of have to be very prepared and very much kind of robust on the thoughts that you present on these questions. Then like in certain specializations, especially sales and marketing, God group discussion would be very helpful because the first round in most of the companies is about group discussions. And let me tell you, cracking a group discussion is very, very important because I have seen various people who get shortlisted but are not able to cross the round of group discussion. So there are multiple other things as well. So my reason for presenting you this slide is that like PM24 course for SIP and finals, we have several other courses. And you can take it as a hint or as a task that if you want to excel in this case com, you should very well know that what are the different offerings by PrepBee, what are those offerings meant for, how does this offerings differ from each other, and how they help students in different aspects, right? So once you understand all these things, you would be kind of able to make a plan in a better sense because you know what is the essence that PrepBee is delivering right now. So this is what we can call as a bonus slide. This is what we can call as a hint slide. This is just for you all to kind of understand. You can visit our website. You can kind of refer that why PrepBee was meant, what are the vision and mission of PrepBee, then what are the different offerings, how PrepBee is associated in different aspects with students and in corporates as well, how we have from whichever companies we have mentors. So it is about doing your primary research from the first stage, like sort of clearly mentioned that the first aspect of solving any case comp is research. And though secondary research is also very important, but the primary research is something that will make you stand out because that is something personal to you and that is not something available on Google or any other statistic website, right? So just to give you edge, just for the people who are attending us live or might watch this video in upcoming days, this is a hint, this is a bonus for all of you all. Please go ahead, please start your primary research from the day itself you see the video, and all the best. Right, Sora. So
We
would you like
can.
to add something?
I think you have covered all of the points. If there is any questions, on our YouTube live stream, then we can take on those.
Right, right. Sure, sure. Any questions? Any questions, please? All right, so I don't feel that there are any questions right now. Might be we have explained the things very well. That is what I would take it as. But still, if you have any questions in the upcoming days regarding case comp or any particular stage of the case comp, we would be highly active in our comment section. You can drop your comments, you can drop your questions in the comment section, and we would be really happy and eager to see whatever you have to showcase in the case comp, right? So I would like to wish all the best again to everyone from my side and from the PrepBee core team, and hope to see you all submission in the case comp.